am Mante's daughter. My dad had me there since we were little, and he started in 1973 in a wagon. For summer, my dad would have me working every day. I used to car hop. What we would do is, first, we would wear these little changers, like the car hoppers. We'd go take the orders. We'd place them in. My dad would be the only cook inside. We'd give him the order, and then somebody would box the order. Then we'd take it out and we'd charge them, and we'd give him the change with our little changer. And then he would work till about 2 o'clock. Then he'd go run his errands. So from there on, it was my job. I would go to the back and I'd start making the food. And just by watching him, I learned. We would mess around and make our own little menus. And one of the things that we did with the girl that I worked with, we'd do a bombi, which is a hot dog on a tortilla with chili and cheese. We weren't involved in the cooking at home at all. I was a tomboy. I was always outside, catching frogs. I never did anything inside. I got palitos, I got wood. And my mom would always try and get me to cook, and I didn't want to cook. And she says, "What are you going to do when you get married?" And I says, "I'm going to have a maid." I'm not cooking. But I did it at the restaurant, and slowly I learned how to make all the chilies. I learned how to make the relleno mix for the rellenos, the secret ingredients. From doing it every day, I mean, it's muscle memory now. I can do it all with my eyes closed. The wagon, I used to drive it home every night. We would drive it home to my mom and dad's, and it was a stick shift. And the girl that I worked with would have to stand in there and hold the refrigerator so it wouldn't fall over. We'd drive it up, and we would always pray that we wouldn't have any cars at the Cantu Hill, because I didn't want to have to stop with the stick shift. Because if we stopped there, and we'd be jerking. But we did that every day, and that was just a part of our life. When I graduated from high school, I left and I went to Texas. A death in the family, and I felt like my kids and everybody was missing out of everything that was here in Taos. I chose to come back home. My dad says, "Well, if you come back home," at that time he was going to put the Chow cart into a building. He says, "And I'll let you run that." So I came home, and that was in 1989. I came back home, and I've been running the Chow cart forever since then. The biggest challenge, the family, getting along with the family, and being a female, having brothers, being the authoritative one, where they take me serious. And then dealing with employees. There's always issues with employees. And sometimes that's the hardest part of everything, is dealing with the employees. Right now I have a great crew. The quality of the food. When I first took over, people used to say, "I want your dad to make it. Tell your dad to make it." And it would make me mad, because I would be like, ugh. And now people will tell me, "I know when you're not there." It's just, you got to train your employees to love what they're doing. You have to put love in what you're doing. You have to care. And teaching everybody to care, quality, and then consistency, There's always has to be consistency. Like, you want to be a manager, you want to take control, but you don't want to micromanage the people. Being consistent in what you do, so that when you go, it doesn't matter who's cooking, it's the same quality every single time. I always buy quality food. Even now that the prices are so expensive, I never went down in quality. I've always kept the quality up. When you find something that you like, I stick with it. And then if they switch, if they change their ingredient or something, and something changes, I notice it right away, and I'll tell the vendor. I'm like, "You changed it." And they're like, "I don't think so. They just changed the packaging." I'm like, "No, you changed it. I can tell." Another thing is customer service. I try to teach the employees customer service. Get to know your customers, because we have repeat customers all the time. So I tell them, get to know them. So a lot, like in the day, they know the customers by name. They greet them by name. Sometimes someone will come and say, "Montes," and we know what they want. And we say, "Okay, drive through." They don't even have to give us their order. Mante uses a lot of authentic food. Like, we make everything from scratch. Well, not the patties or the fries, but like the chilies from scratch. We get our own chili from Hatch. We roast our own chili. We peel our own chili. We store our own chili. Try to make it home-cooked meals. the chili, the beans, the ground beef. We make all of that stuff. So you can go to a restaurant that offer what we offer, but there's not a lot of New Mexican food restaurants that offer a drive-through window, and it's fast. So we train our employees to get the food out quickly, but quality-wise. And nobody has a chili relleno like ours. Nobody. And either you love my chili rellenos or you hate them. I've had many tourists that come in and they'll see my chili rellenos and they won't even try them. They'll say, "What is this?" and they'll send them back. The average chili relleno that you buy, they're store-bought. And so they're used to seeing this chili with the stem on it and just like a crust over it. And ours, we make our own batter and we grill it on the grill. And a lot of them are deep fried. So we grill ours on a grill so it's flat and it doesn't look like your normal chili relleno. It can be extremely stressful because, we're really busy, the high volume. And if somebody's out of position or something doesn't, creates, if there's even like a new employee that you don't know what they're doing, there's like a chain reaction and it kind of messes everything up. And then you're trying to fix that. So it's stressful, but for overall, I think it's a great positive environment. I still have people that worked for me 20, 30 years ago, and they come back and visit me. I teach everybody to clean good. I like a clean restaurant. So quality, cleanliness, and friendliness. Work hard, train hard, train your employees. I try to train the family. It goes from my dad, me, my kids have worked there, my grandkids are working there, and, just keep it in the family. And, I'm trying to step back a little bit. I'm cutting my hours back a little bit. Have a great manager that works there in the day. I have a great crew that I trust right now in the day, 100%. And so I can basically leave them at any time. Mante, my dad, his philosophy was hard work and taking care of the customer. Out of all my siblings, I was probably because I'm the oldest, I worked right under him. So I'm a mini Mante. People always ask me, what is the secret ingredient? I always tell them it's love.